Have you ever wondered why your health seems to be declining, even though you are not doing anything wrong? Is it just aging, or could it be something else? Something as simple as the foods you eat every single day without even realizing their impact. We cannot turn back time, but we can control the most important thing, our health. And one of the biggest factors affecting our health is our diet. Today, I am going to share with you 10 foods that you should stop eating immediately. These are not just unhealthy foods, they are some of the main contributors to chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. The truth is, what you put on your plate today will determine the quality of your life tomorrow. This is not about following a trendy diet or making temporary changes. This is about protecting yourself from illnesses that could have been prevented. It is about giving yourself the best chance at a long, vibrant, and healthy life. So, stay with me until the end of this video because what you are about to learn might just change your life forever. Let's get started. 1. Ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods are everywhere. They fill the shelves of grocery stores, the menus of fast food restaurants, and even the kitchens of most homes. These are foods that have been heavily modified with artificial ingredients, preservatives, and chemicals to enhance flavor and extend shelf life. But here's the problem. These foods are not just unhealthy, they are extremely dangerous. Studies show that consuming ultra-processed foods increases your risk of dying from any cause by 21%. Think about that. Something as simple as what you eat every day could be cutting years off your life. And it is not just about lifespan, it is about quality of life. Ultra-processed foods have been linked to obesity, heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and even depression and anxiety. They do not just affect your body, they affect your mind. The worst part, most people eat these foods without even realizing it. They come in boxes, bags, cans, and jars filled with unrecognizable ingredients. If you look at a food label and see a long list of chemicals, preservatives, and artificial additives, that is not real food. Your body does not know how to process it properly, and over time, it leads to chronic inflammation, digestive problems, and serious health issues. If you want to protect your health, you must start paying attention to what is on your plate. The key is simple. Choose real, whole foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and natural proteins. Foods that come from nature, not from a lab. Because at the end of the day, you are what you eat. And if you eat fake food, your body will struggle to function the way it was meant to. Now, let's talk about something just as harmful. Something that many people drink every single day without realizing how much damage it is doing. 2. Liquid sugar, the hidden danger in your glass. Most people do not think twice about what they drink. They focus on food choices but completely overlook one of the biggest health risks, liquid sugar. This includes sodas, energy drinks, sports drinks, sweetened teas, and even fruit juices that claim to be healthy. The truth is, these drinks are some of the most dangerous products you can put into your body. Here's why. When you drink sugar, your body absorbs it almost instantly. Unlike solid food, which takes time to digest, liquid sugar floods your bloodstream in seconds, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar and insulin levels. This leads to insulin resistance, weight gain, and a much higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Studies show that people who consume sugary drinks regularly have up to a 26% higher risk of diabetes, and it does not stop there. Liquid sugar has been linked to an increased risk of heart disease, fatty liver disease, and even cognitive decline. The worst part? Many of these drinks contain more sugar than you would ever imagine. A single can of soda has about 10 teaspoons of sugar, more than the recommended daily intake for an adult. Even so-called healthy fruit juices often contain just as much sugar as soda, with little to no fiber to slow down absorption. So, what should you do? The answer is simple. Eliminate sugary drinks from your diet. Replace them with water, herbal teas, or fresh, homemade juices with no added sugar. If you are looking for a refreshing drink, try coconut water or simply add fresh fruit to your water for natural flavor. Your body will thank you, and you will notice a difference in your energy levels, weight, and overall health. But liquid sugar is not the only hidden danger in your diet. Up next, we are going to talk about something that many people believe is healthy, but in reality, it is just another source of harmful sugar. 3. Fruit juices, the health myth you need to stop believing. For years, we have been told that drinking fruit juice is good for us. After all, it comes from fruit, so it must be healthy, right? Unfortunately, that is not true. Most fruit juices sold in stores are nothing more than flavored sugar water, stripped of the natural fiber and nutrients that make whole fruits beneficial. Here's the problem. When you eat a whole orange, for example, you get fiber, which slows down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. But when you drink a glass of orange juice, you are consuming the sugar from multiple oranges all at once without the fiber to balance it out. This causes a rapid spike in blood sugar and insulin levels, which over time leads to insulin resistance, weight gain, and a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. Many commercial fruit juices are also pasteurized, meaning they have been heated at high temperatures to kill bacteria. But this process also destroys most of the vitamins and antioxidants that make fresh fruit beneficial in the first place. And if you look at the labels, you will often find added sugars, artificial flavors, and preservatives that make these drinks even worse for your health. The reality is, fruit juice is not much better than soda. A 12-ounce, 355 milliliter glass of store-bought apple juice can contain as much sugar as a can of cola. Even juices labeled 100% fruit juice or not from concentrate can have dangerously high sugar levels. So what should you do? Instead of drinking fruit juice, eat whole fruits. If you really want juice, make it fresh at home and include the pulp to retain some of the fiber. Or, better yet, drink water and herbal teas to stay hydrated without spiking your blood sugar. Now, let's move on to the next food on our list, one that has been scientifically classified as a carcinogen but is still consumed daily by millions of people. 4. Processed meats, the cancer-causing foods hiding in your diet. Most people do not think twice before eating bacon for breakfast, grabbing a ham sandwich for lunch, or having a hot dog at a barbecue. But what if I told you that these foods are officially classified as carcinogens, the same category as cigarettes and asbestos? According to the World Health Organization, processed meats, including bacon, sausages, hot dogs, ham, salami, and deli meats, are directly linked to an increased risk of cancer, particularly colorectal cancer. Studies show that eating just 50 grams of processed meat per day, the equivalent of 2 slices of bacon, can increase your risk of colorectal cancer by 18%. But cancer is not the only concern. Processed meats are also loaded with sodium preservatives and nitrates, which can raise blood pressure, damage blood vessels, and increase the risk of heart disease. These meats are also high in unhealthy fats, which contribute to obesity, diabetes, and inflammation throughout the body. And here is something most people do not know. When you cook processed meats at high temperatures, such as frying or grilling, they produce even more harmful compounds called heterocyclic amines and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These chemicals have been linked to DNA damage and an even greater risk of cancer. So what should you do? The answer is simple. Avoid processed meats as much as possible. Instead, choose fresh, unprocessed protein sources like fish, organic chicken, beans, lentils, or nuts. If you still eat meat, go for grass-fed, hormone-free options, and cook them at lower temperatures to reduce harmful compounds. Processed meats may be convenient, but they come at a dangerous cost to your health. Up next, we are going to talk about another food that millions of people love, something crispy, golden, and addictive, but also one of the worst things you can put in your body. 5. Fried foods. The crispy danger that's destroying your health. There is something undeniably satisfying about the crunch of fried food, whether it's French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, or donuts. These foods are some of the most popular and most dangerous items in the modern diet. Here's why. When food is deep fried, it absorbs large amounts of unhealthy fats, which contribute to weight gain, clogged arteries, and chronic inflammation. Studies show that people who eat fried foods regularly have a much higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. In fact, research has found that consuming fried food just once a week can increase your risk of heart disease by up to 12%. But that's not all. The biggest danger comes from the oils used for frying. Most restaurants and fast food chains use cheap, low-quality vegetable oils that are repeatedly heated and reused. This process produces harmful substances called trans fats and advanced glycation end products, AGEs, which damage cells, accelerate aging, and increase the risk of cancer. And here is something even scarier. When starchy foods like potatoes are fried at high temperatures, they form acrylamide, a chemical that has been linked to nerve damage and cancer. The golden, crispy texture that people love so much is actually a sign that these harmful compounds are present. So what can you do? The best option is to avoid deep fried foods altogether. Instead, try baking, roasting, air frying, or lightly pan frying with healthier oils like avocado oil or extra virgin olive oil. If you must eat fried foods, make them at home using high quality ingredients and fresh oil that has not been reheated multiple times. Fried foods may taste good, but the long-term effects on your health are simply not worth it. Now, let's move on to another hidden danger in our diets. Something that most people consume every single day without realizing how toxic it truly is. 6. Refined vegetable oils. The toxic fats you need to stop eating. For decades, we have been told that vegetable oils are a healthy alternative to animal fats. But the truth is, most refined vegetable oils are highly processed, chemically extracted, and extremely harmful to your body. These oils are not natural. They are manufactured using high heat, chemical solvents, and deodorizing agents to make them look and taste appealing. One of the biggest problems with vegetable oils is their high omega-6 content. While omega-6 fats are essential in small amounts, consuming too much of them leads to chronic inflammation, one of the root causes of heart disease, arthritis, obesity, and even Alzheimer's disease. The modern diet is overloaded with omega-6 fats, while severely lacking in anti-inflammatory omega-3s, creating an imbalance that promotes disease. But that's not all. When vegetable oils are heated, especially during frying, they break down and form toxic compounds called trans fats and aldehydes. Trans fats are so harmful that they have been banned in many countries, but they are still present in many processed foods and restaurant meals. Some of the worst offenders include soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, and vegetable oil blends. These oils are found in almost everything, from salad dressings and margarine to chips, crackers, and fried foods. So what should you do? The best option is to replace refined vegetable oils with healthier alternatives like extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, or even grass-fed butter in moderation. Read food labels carefully, and when dining out, be aware that most restaurants use cheap processed oils for cooking. Vegetable oils are often marketed as heart healthy, but in reality, they are fueling inflammation and disease. Next, we are going to talk about a food that millions of people consume daily, something that has been linked to digestive problems, allergies, and even serious long-term health conditions. 7. Dairy products, the hidden cause of inflammation and digestive issues. For generations, we have been told that dairy is essential for strong bones and good health. But the truth is, for many people, dairy does more harm than good. In fact, studies show that about 75% of the world's population, especially people of color, are lactose intolerant to some degree, meaning their bodies struggle to digest milk and other dairy products properly. When you consume dairy, your body has to break down lactose, a sugar found in milk. But for those who are lactose intolerant, the body lacks enough of the enzyme lactase, leading to bloating, gas, cramps, and digestive discomfort. Even if you do not notice immediate symptoms, dairy can still be causing inflammation in your body over time. But digestion is just one problem. Dairy has also been linked to increased mucus production, acne, and even hormone imbalances. Why? Because most dairy products come from cows that are given artificial hormones and antibiotics to increase milk production. These hormones can disrupt your own body's hormonal balance, potentially contributing to weight gain, mood swings, and even reproductive issues. And here's something shocking. Dairy in the United States is so heavily processed and hormone-laden that it has been banned in several countries. The same milk, cheese, and butter that line American grocery store shelves are considered too unsafe to be sold in places like Europe and Canada. So, what can you do? If you have been experiencing digestive problems, allergies, or skin issues, try eliminating dairy from your diet for a few weeks and see how you feel. Instead of cow's milk, switch to plant-based alternatives like almond milk, coconut milk, or oat milk. There are also plenty of dairy-free cheeses, yogurts, and creams made from natural ingredients. Dairy may seem like a staple in many diets, but for millions of people, it is doing more harm than good. Up next, we are going to talk about another hidden danger in modern food, one that has been banned in multiple countries but is still widely consumed in America every single day. 8. Genetically modified foods, the hidden experiment in your diet. Over the past few decades, genetically modified organisms, commonly known as GMOs, have quietly taken over the food supply. Today, more than 90% of soybeans, corn, and canola grown in the United States are genetically modified. But what does that mean for your health? Genetically modified foods are created by altering the DNA of plants to make them resistant to pests, herbicides, or harsh growing conditions. While this may sound like a scientific breakthrough, the reality is that we have no long-term studies proving that GMOs are safe for human consumption. In fact, many studies suggest that GMOs may contribute to digestive issues, allergies, and even more serious health problems over time. One of the biggest concerns with GMO crops is the heavy use of pesticides, particularly glyphosate, the active ingredient in weed killers like Roundup. Glyphosate has been classified as a probable human carcinogen by the World Health Organization, meaning it may increase the risk of cancer. And since GMO crops are designed to withstand large amounts of herbicides, they are often sprayed more heavily than non-GMO crops. Here's something shocking. Genetically modified foods are banned or heavily restricted in more than 30 countries, including the European Union, Russia, and Japan. But in the United States, they are found in everything from breakfast cereals to snack foods, and most people consume them without even knowing it. So, how can you avoid GMOs? The best way is to choose organic foods, as organic farming standards prohibit the use of genetic modification. Look for labels that say non-GMO project verified, and Try to avoid processed foods that contain corn, soy, or canola unless they are certified organic. The food industry has convinced people that GMOs are safe, but many experts disagree. Now, let's move on to another harmful substance that millions of people consume daily, one that damages the brain, liver, and immune system, and yet is still widely accepted as a normal part of life. 9. Alcohol, the socially acceptable toxin. For years, we have been told that moderate drinking, especially a glass of wine a day, is good for the heart. But new research is proving that there is no safe level of alcohol consumption. In reality, alcohol is a toxin that harms nearly every organ in the body, even in small amounts. When you drink alcohol, your liver has to work overtime to break it down. In the process, it produces a toxic compound called acetaldehyde, which damages cells and contributes to inflammation. Over time, this damage can lead to liver disease, high blood pressure, and an increased risk of cancer. In fact, studies show that alcohol is directly linked to at least 7 types of cancer, including breast, liver, and colon cancer. But the effects do not stop there. Alcohol disrupts gut health, weakens the immune system, and damages brain cells. It also increases anxiety and depression, despite the common belief that it helps people relax. That relaxed feeling is temporary, but the long-term effects on mental health can be devastating. One of the biggest myths is that red wine is good for the heart because it contains antioxidants. While it is true that red wine has compounds like resveratrol, you can get those same benefits without the toxic effects by eating grapes, blueberries, or drinking non-alcoholic grape juice. So, what should you do? If you drink alcohol, consider cutting back or eliminating it altogether. Instead, try non-alcoholic beverages like herbal teas, sparkling water with fruit, or kombucha. Many people report better sleep, clearer thinking, and improved energy levels when they stop drinking alcohol. Alcohol has been normalized in our society, but that does not mean it is safe. And finally, let's talk about one last category of food. One that many people switch to when trying to eat healthier, but often ends up being just as harmful as the junk food they were trying to avoid. 10. Vegan junk food, the healthy-sounding trap. In recent years, plant-based diets have gained popularity, and for good reason. Eating more fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds can have incredible health benefits. But here's the problem. Many food companies have taken advantage of this trend by creating ultra-processed, vegan, or plant-based junk food that is just as unhealthy as the processed foods people are trying to avoid. Just because something is labeled vegan or plant-based does not mean it is good for you. Many of these products are loaded with artificial ingredients, preservatives, refined vegetable oils, and excessive sodium. Fake meats, vegan cheeses, and plant-based snacks often contain highly processed ingredients like soy protein isolate, artificial flavors, and texturizing agents that have little to no nutritional value. For example, many plant-based burgers contain more additives and unhealthy fats than a regular beef patty. Vegan ice creams and cookies may be dairy-free, but they are often packed with just as much sugar and artificial chemicals as their non-vegan counterparts. If you switch from regular junk food to vegan junk food, you are not making a healthier choice. You are just replacing one problem with another. So, what should you do? The best approach is to eat whole, natural plant-based foods. Instead of fake meats, choose real sources of plant protein like beans, lentils, quinoa, and nuts. If you want a burger, make one from scratch using whole ingredients like black beans, mushrooms, and sweet potatoes. The key is to eat food as close to its natural state as possible. Vegan junk food is a perfect example of how marketing can trick people into thinking they are eating healthy. The best way to protect your health is to focus on real, whole foods. foods that grow from the earth and nourish your body without unnecessary processing. Now that we have gone through the 10 foods you should never eat again, let's wrap things up with some final thoughts on how you can take control of your health starting today. Take control of your health today. Now that you know the truth about these 10 dangerous foods, the next step is up to you. The choices you make every day, what you eat, what you drink, and how you nourish your body will determine not just how long you live, but how well you live. The good news is that it is never too late to make a change. You do not have to overhaul your diet overnight, but you can start by making small, simple adjustments. Swap out processed foods for whole, natural ingredients. Replace sugary drinks with water or herbal teas. Choose fresh fruits and vegetables instead of packaged snacks. Every small step you take brings you closer to better health and a better quality of life. Remember, food is more than just fuel. It is information for your body. Every bite you take sends signals that either promote healing and vitality or contribute to disease and decline. The power to change your health is in your hands. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. The more we spread this knowledge, the more lives we can help improve. And if you have any questions or thoughts, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, take care, stay healthy, and remember, you deserve to feel your best every single day.